Hello Magic fans, so welcome to a different unboxing today. So I actually got a couple of the War of Spark PR kits. I wasn't playing Magic at the time that they released, and I think based on the content, it seems like a very interesting set. So I purchased a couple of War of the Spark PR kits, and I'm going to open two for you today. Okay, so let's see what we get. I'm not very familiar with the cards from the set. I only know that there's a lot of planeswalkers, right, from from this set. And I know there was a Japanese version, so unfortunately these are English PR kits. So we get a spin down like our other PR kits, and here are the cards. So we still get a divider, and I'm told that you have two pre-release cards. One is a planeswalker. So here we got a Kasmina, Enigmatic Mentor, and we have a God Eternal Oketra as our other pre-release card. So it's a white mythic zombie god. So the interesting about, I think, the God cycle from War of the Spark is that they're not indestructible, but if they die or get exiled, you put them in the owner's library third from the top. So sometimes that's a good thing, because if it's a creature that you actually want or has good synergy in your deck, that's a good thing. There is a 3-turn clock. However, if you're trying to look for answers and you know that this is the third card down and it's not the right answer, then that's pretty bad for you. So here we have our 6 packs, and I'm gonna open and see what we get. So you'll see some of my background figures today. I have the monkeys from the Lego set for Raya, the Last Dragon. And I also have some of these Lego Mario Brothers characters, which I think are super cute. Okay, so let's go see what we get in our PR kit. Okay. Omnixilis. So for our first uncommon, we have Bleeding Edge Neoform, which I think is used in a couple of decks. Tybalt, Rakish Instigator, and our rare is a Bio Essence Hydra. So it's 3 green blue creature Hydra mutant 4/4 with trample. So Bio Essence Hydra enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each loyalty counter on planeswalkers you control. Whenever one or more loyalty counters are put on a planeswalker you control, put that many +1/+1 counters on Bio Essence Hydra. So it seems like a possibly interesting card to put in a Super Friends Planeswalkers type of commander deck. So basic land and a token. This is a pretty cute. I think the art is nice for this goblin token. Anyway, next pack. I'm not sure that if it was a Super Friends deck, you'd want a creature in the deck but it seems interesting, an interesting card, especially since this is a Planeswalker heavy deck. Okay, here we go. Jace's Triumph. So I think I remember there's a cycle of cards that would require you or have some additional effect if you control the specific planeswalker. So here, for example, you draw 2 cards. If you control Jace, then you draw 3 cards instead. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Seems a bit narrow, but if it's a popular planeswalker that people play, it could be a good card to put in a deck. Next is our Prison Realm. I'm going to separate the piles, right? And then we have Bond of Insight. Oh, then our Planeswalker is a rare. It's Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. 2 white black, 4 loyalty. So as long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. Huh, it seems like an interesting card to put in, you know, those life linking, life gain type of decks in Orzhov. +2, Sorin deals 1 damage to target creature, target player or planeswalker. Then -X, return target creature with card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. This creature is a vampire and additional to its other types. Okay. Okay, so that's the rare, and then land and token. Oh, so I guess if your planeswalker is a rare or a mythic, that takes the slot of the rare or mythic. But if it's an uncommon, then it just takes the place of an uncommon card. Okay, interesting. Okay, there we go. Sunblade Angel. So I think this might be a good card to put in one of those Chroma commander decks. Farmind Vessel. Okay. And Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. 2 hybrid green-blue for 7 loyalty. -1, untap target permanent. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Seems pretty useful. And then we have another God Eternal Oketra here. Nice. So, basic land. 3rd pack. Okay, Cruel Celebrant. I used this in my Aristocrats commander deck. Heartwarming Redemption, Nissa's Triumph, and we get Johnny the Great-Hearted. It's a 2 green-white, 5 loyalty. Creatures you control have vigilance, +1, gain 3 life, -2, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, with a loyalty counter, and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. Okay. And we have a foil Spellgorger Weird. Okay, first foil. Next pack. Okay, the Spark Emergence Zone, which I think is pretty useful land. Okay, our planeswalker is the Wanderer. And nice. And our rare is the Commanded Red Horde. So it's 4 black. Choose any number of target creature and or planeswalker cards in graveyards. Commanded Red Horde deals damage to you equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Put them on the battlefield under your control. Nice. Okay. Then last pack for this kit. Vizier of the Scorpion, Bond of Flourishing. We have Saheeli, Sublime Artificer, and our rare is Single Combat. 3 white. Each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacrifices the rest. Players can't cast creatures or planeswalker spells until the end of your next turn. Okay, pretty good. Okay. So just a quick recap. So these are our rares and mythics. And these are our planeswalkers. We did get 2 rare planeswalkers, so that's why there's only 4 other rare or mythics in the pile. But there is at least 1 planeswalker per pack, and our pre-release cards are Kazmina and God Eternal Oketra. Okay, so moving on to our next kit. We have a green spin down. Right. So our planeswalker is Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. 2 green blue, 5 loyalty. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. So choose a non-land card name, then reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard for the +1. And -3, return target card from the graveyard to your hand. Not bad. And our other PR card is Ignite the Beacon. That's 4 and a white. For an instant, search our library for up to 2 Planeswalker cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle your library. Okay. Then let's get to our packs. So first uncommon, Vizier of the Scorpion, Chandra's Triumph, Pledge of Unity, and then our rare is a Planeswalker, Domri, Anarch of Bolas, 1 red-green for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker. Creatures you control get +1/+0. +1 ability, add red or green. Creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered. And -2, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So it seems like a pretty useful card for an aggressive Gruul deck. Next pack. So Ral's Outburst, Flux Channeler. Huh. It seems to be it's going to be useful in maybe a Simic deck that, you know, likes tokens or counters, I mean. So, you know, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Proliferate. It seems to be a good fit for the latest Strixhaven Simic commander deck. Quandrix commander deck. So our Planeswalker is Kaya, Bane of the Dead. I think I remember seeing her maybe in the list for some of the later sets, but I'm not sure. So it's a 3 hybrid Orzhov, 3, white black. It's a 7 loyalty Planeswalker. Your opponents and permanents you control, or opponents control with hexproof, can be targets of spells and abilities you control as though they didn't have hexproof. And the -3 ability is to exile target creature. So it's like a 6 mana. When you play it, you get to exile any target creature even though it has hexproof. And you can use it another time if it, comes back to you in the next turn cycle. Seems to be useful. And then our rare is a Dreadhorde Arcanist. So it's a 1 and a red for a 1/3 zombie wizard, trample. Whenever Dreadhorde Arcanist attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to Dreadhorde Arcanist's power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. Seems to be I think this might be one of those cards that are used in standard. No, it's in modern. Next. Ral's Outburst, Nissa's Triumph, and our Planeswalker is Jiang Yanggu, Wild Crafter, 2 win a green, 3 loyalty Planeswalker. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has tap, add 1 mana of any color. Then -1 ability is put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Then our rare is a Mizium Tank. It's a 1 red, 3/2 vehicle. Artifact vehicle, trample. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Mizium Tank becomes an artifact creature and gets +1/+1 again until end of turn. And you can crew 1. Seems probably good in prowess type decks. Or, yeah. although I have not seen it used, and I'm not super familiar with Modern and other formats, but it seems to have an interesting ability. It seems to be, one of the more popular decks right now. I don't know if they use that card, or maybe the power level is not big or strong enough for those decks. Ogre of Bolas, Tyrant Scorn. Seems to be an interesting card. It's a blue and a black instant. Choose one. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, or return target creature to its owner's hand. Bond of Flourishing. And then our rare is Sarkhan the Masterless. It's a 3 red, 5 loyalty planeswalker. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. So until end of turn, each planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature and gains flying. And -3 is create a 4/4 red dragon creature token flying. Seems to be going to be good in maybe some dragon decks. I don't know if it'll be good, in Commander with the new cards from Adventures in the Forgotten Realm, because I know there's a couple of dragons in the set. I haven't really looked at the spoilers so much, but maybe it's time to see if it's possible to build a nice, maybe Scion of the Ur-Dragon type of deck. Okay, Paradise Druid, Bond of Flourishing, Heartwarming Redemption. So our rare is Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. And then we get a foil Bond of Passion. And then the last pack from our kit. Leyline Prowler, Interplanar Beacon, and our Planeswalker is Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner. Our rare is Single Combat, and then we got a foil Lazotep Weaver. Okay, so just a quick recap. We have 3 rares, Single Combat, Mizium Tank, and Red Horde Arcanist. And then we get 3 rare Planeswalkers, Tamiyo, Sarkhan, and Domri. And then our pre-release cards are Ignite the Beacon and Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, if you're familiar with the cards from this set and you have some pointers for me, regarding where I can put these specific cards in Commander, then please leave some comments below. Again, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.